The Spider. I woke up in the morning of a grey and sad day of winter. Just another normal day, like any other ones. I went to the bathroom to wash myself. I looked down at the floor and I saw a big spider. Horrified, I crushed her. I went to work at 11:30 a.m. I felt tired and it was late to work. On the road, for a second I watched outside the window of the car and I barely watched myself behind of a tree staring at me. I stopped the car and looked again, but he disappeared. I was scared and horrified all the day. I watched myself everywhere I went. Sometimes I barely watched him in the reflection of the computer or walking at the hall. Then I talked to Jamie, my best friend at my job. I said, Dude, I feel weird. I can't stop watching myself everywhere. What should I do? Jimmy watched at me seriously and said,
If you feel that bad, ask to the boss to give you the day to rest.
I surely agree with that option and obviously did it. Thanks, bro, I said to Jimmy and leave the office, but I need to go to the bathroom. I drank up some water to refresh me, but I hear a whisper saying, You will pay. Then I looked up and the other me was staring behind me. I looked behind it. He disappeared. I never felt him that close. My heart was beating extremely fast. I wanted to go back home. It was 8:30 p.m. The night came. I was distracted, looking everywhere. But and I watched him in the front of the car, and I crashed him. I stopped the car, and I got out of it. I turned around to watch the other me on the floor, probably dead. I felt relaxed for a while. But he wake up like nothing. He turned around and looked at me. Then his neck broke while he screeched. His body was transforming into a weak and horrifying spider. His claws stabbed me in the chest. It was so painful that I couldn't even breathe. He walked me out from the air, opening his horrifying big mouth full of teeth. He was going to eat me. I can't even believe such a nightmare that I had. I was again in my bed. It was 3:30 a.m. late into work. I go to the bathroom to myself, and the same spider that I killed in my dream was in the same corner, staring and hissing at me. Anatomy. It was a cold Friday morning in Freshwater University. Amanda was sitting alone in her chair while studying biology. Then she noticed that her new classmate, George, started walking towards her. When he finally reached Amanda, she looked up at George. He was with his biology notebook in his hands.
Hey Amanda, could you help me with biology please? I don't know anything about anatomy and I think you will help me a lot.
No problem. Maybe today after school at 7 p.m. I can go to your house. Only if you think it's a good idea. Is it okay?
Yes, I will like that. See you. I will text you the others later. Bye.
Amanda saw George walking away from her with a curious expression in his face. She had never talked to George, and he seemed so friendly with her. Amanda thought that they could be really good friends. A few hours later,
Amanda went to George's house walking. When she arrived, she gave a quick look outside the house. When she saw the windows blocked with wooden boards, Amanda started to have a bad feeling and a little bit of depression in her chest. Then she went to the front door and rang the bell. No one was answering it, so she rang the bell again. Then Amanda noticed that the door was slightly open. She decided to enter the house. Amanda asked while walking in the house with a little bit of fear.
Hi? George? I entered because the door was open. Where are you?
George wasn't in any part of the house. Amanda decided to go upstairs. When she was heading to the second floor, Amanda saw an intense light coming from one of the rooms. She entered the room and saw something that gave her 1,000 shivers in her body. The room was full with photos of people that went strangely missing just a few weeks ago. With curiosity, she went to a big closet and decided to open it. Around 20 decapitated heads went out to the closet, and all of them hitting Amanda's body. She couldn't believe what she was seeing. Amanda screamed so loud, her heart almost came up to the chest of the fear that she was feeling. Amanda walked backwards. She started to breathe heavily. She was so scared. She was afraid of the thought that what could happen to her after death. Then, without noticing, she hit a table where there was a glass vase with flowers. The glass vase fell to the floor, making a very loud sound. With so much fear, she ran to the closet and hid inside. She had been hidden around 5 minutes when she heard the door slowly opening. Her eyes widened when she saw something through the space between the doors of the closet. She was seeing George with a long knife, searching for something in the room. Amanda realized that he was looking for her. George slowly reached the closet and opened the door, seeing Amanda with tears in his face. George smirked when he saw Amanda in that state. Finally, George pulled Amanda out of the closet, throwing her to the floor. George grabbed her by the ankles, dragging her to God's nowhere. Amanda was so scared that she started to defend herself by punching George's hand strongly. The knife that George was holding flew away by one of the punches that Amanda was hitting to him. Amanda went to the knife that was on the floor near her and grabbed it. When she turned around, she saw George approaching her. He gave her a punch in his face. Because of the fear, Amanda buried the knife in George's stomach. Amanda felt that George's angriness was getting bigger and bigger, and she ran out of the room. George hit her by the wall. A couple of seconds later, Amanda pushed George down the stairs, causing that the knife went deeply inside George's stomach. She looked George into his eyes, and he started to faint, slowly looking at her. After that, Amanda frozen for a couple of minutes, not believing what had just happened. She stared at George for a while to see if he was still alive or not. Then reality hit her. Amanda realized that she killed a person, a living person, that she could go to jail. Fear began to grow little by little in her. She escaped and went to her house. She was still in shock and scared. She wanted to forget all of it. It was late at night. All was dark. Amanda ran and ran, crying until she reached her house. She went straight up to bed and slightly, deeply, before falling asleep. A noise woke up her. It was the door opening behind her back.
Dad?
She asked without turning around her head. She heard footsteps approaching her slowly. Amanda started to sweat because no one was answering to her, and she was afraid of turning her back head. Then Amanda heard someone. She heard someone slowly breathing in her ear, and the mysterious person finally said,
Hello, Amanda. I think we didn't finish to study.
No one was answering it, so